Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl Kay back with another video today, and welcome back to Traptivist TV. So today we're getting into Kanye's mess because we're always in Kanye's mess, almost, it seems like. Now, recently, Kanye has been getting dropped from a lot of things, okay? They are really stopping his bag. And what I mean by they, I mean the Jewish community. Y'all thought Nicki was stopping Remy's bag? This is on a whole different level. So if you guys don't know, Kanye West recently got on Twitter as usual, which he should stay off of because for some reason it gets him in trouble. He goes on Twitter and he basically makes anti-Semitic comments about the Jewish community. In a recent interview, he basically tried to backtrack and say that black people are Jewish, so he can't be anti-Semitic.
Jewish people have owned the black voice. Who we are, because we Jewish also. We're from Africa also. We're the blood of Christ. So we're not just black. We are Jew, just like the Jewish people.
But that's kind of not true. Any African American that you really meet in America is more than most likely a Christian or a Muslim. So 9 times out of 10, if he was targeting the black community, that was just not the way to go about it. There are ways to go about targeting a specific group without bringing religion into it, in my opinion. But I think Kanye has been trying to trigger the black community for a long time. He's just not doing it in the right way. He's doing it to the point where we're not even triggered by most of the things that he does. We just call him crazy and we keep it moving. I don't think Kanye's crazy, though. I think he has mental health issues that are being addressed from one side, as in maybe Kim Kardashian's family knew that he was bipolar, so they treated him as such, rather than you come to your own people not even thinking that mental health really doesn't exist. Because in the black community, y'all, mental health really doesn't exist. Like, a lot of black people, especially the older generations, don't believe in mental health. They're quick to call you crazy and just keep it moving, you know? And I guess that's the problem when it comes to Kanye. He doesn't want us to call him crazy. He doesn't feel like he's crazy. I don't feel like he's crazy. I think he may have a few issues as far as mental health goes, but crazy, I think that's a strong label, honestly. But I think that's what triggered Kanye into always trying to get back at us. Come on, the Trump movement, okay, that was definitely to get back at the black community, okay? The things that he said about the black community, that slavery was a choice.
What happened last week with the Great America, Make America Great Again?
I'm probably going to do the least good explanation of why.
What are you trying to do with the message you're sending?
It was a feeling I had. So for me to wear that hat means I want to make America great in my own way. When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
You said that slavery was around for 400 years. At a point, it becomes a choice?
I just love Trump. That's my boy. He did this. Some of them Obama did too. Wow, the room is quiet in here. They're really gonna send some black people to kill me. Probably the idea is to beat sense into me, but you could live through an ass whooping. Hey, everyone listen to this, please. I was gonna stand on this chair right now, right? You know why I'm not standing on the chair right now? I didn't want y'all to call me fat.
I just don't believe that.
It is a choice, just like when I said slavery is a choice.
I am unbelievably hurt by the fact that you have morphed into something that's not real.
Brother, don't scream because it will make us look crazy.
And I want to talk about the Jewish comment. It's actually proving the exact point that I made. So many actors been bullied behind the scenes. So you even got people like Ari Emanuel asking people to not do business with me. That's how this town has been running for so long. They'll mute you. They'll try to mute you at all costs.
What have you got to say to people that are trying to cancel you?
You can't cancel him. I'm here. What are we talking about? We here. We ain't going nowhere, baby.
Kanye 2024.
And if I ever, if I ever went anywhere, we know why.
Come on, he's doing this to piss us off. When half of the African Americans that you'll meet say that they believe in, Christianity. So to me, in my opinion, it seems as if Kanye was targeting the black community, but ended up hurting an entirely different community. It seems as if Kanye is so big on freedom of speech. I honestly respect the freedom of speech movement. It's really touching. It's really powerful. And I think it makes a lot of other people speak out. But it's also, when you have an influence, you have to watch what you say, because you can fuel things like this. People will side with you about their, anti-Semitic thoughts, even if you didn't even mean it that way. Now you have a whole movement full of people basically showing how anti-Semitic they actually are, when in reality, you were targeting the black community, not whatever their actual motives are. this is what I mean by when you have an influence, you can actually spread more hate and do more damage than you can do good. And I think that's the part that Kanye's not seeing. So a lot of corporations and a lot of brands are moving away from working with Kanye and his businesses because at this point it's becoming redundant and it's becoming really repeated. Like it seems like the black community could not hold Kanye accountable, but they said we're gonna make an example out of his ass. The black community couldn't make an example out of him. We finna make an example out of him. Just like Kanye said, maybe it is true when you speak out against the higher ups. They'll make an example of you, but you're proving them right. And that's the craziest part.
Because Mav didn't run my interview.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They blocked me out. The Jewish media blocked me out. This shit lit, right? I'm lit, right? I'm lit.
Right.
I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? JP Morgan, I put $140 million into JP Morgan and they treated me like shit. So if JP Morgan Chase is treating me like that, how they treating the rest of y'all?
That's outrageous, yeah. And this murderers with Chase accounts. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I am outraged. By the time people always, they want to calm it down.
Because no matter what, you didn't break no law.
I didn't break a law.
No matter what.
When I finally go to heaven, I get to talk to God. I'm going to say, why did you let all these people think I was so crazy? And God is going to say, well, it was a camouflage. I was protecting you.
Maybe that's what you're trying to do the entire time. You're trying to expose the higher ups. If that is the case, this is not the way to go about it, in my opinion. Very distasteful. I just did not like it. It didn't sit right with me because one, you don't bring religion into it. Not only do you not bring religion into it, the Jewish community is the one religion you just do not bring up. Say anything you want about Buddha, say anything you want about Muhammad, say anything you want about Jesus, but you just don't talk about the Jewish community. A lot of higher ups are Jewish, and that's the craziest part about it. You are really ruining a reputation. Now, do I think Kanye can come back? No. I mean, he might with some good music and just being quiet and not doing, the whole freedom of speech thing, but that's not Kanye. Let's just be real here. No, he can't come back because he won't shut up. He just won't do that. So a little bit after all of this happened, Kanye actually apologized and explained the reason why he made anti-Semitic comments.
That's why I say I'm sorry to the Jewish people that I hurt. It's not about, like I said, I'm not going to hold this apology hostage, right? It's obviously it's about God, but God is everything, right? So what's the point of even having language and being, you can't engineer if you say God, 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 right? It's like, God asks us to be judgmental so that you become, if you're a doctor, right? It's your judgment that saves grandma, right? And God puts that in this, like we have God inside us. We're a piece of God also, right? So I'm going to go specific to a person. That story about Da Vinci alone is enough of a reason for me to give a sincere apology to the Jewish people, because I do believe that there's a Da Vinci code inside of all of my misspellings and scribbles right here that God wants me to get to the world. And when I'm in my way, if God has set something on me, when I'm in my way, I'm in God's way. Now, I can point at other people and say, hey, you guys are in God's way because you're not listening to me. But if I'm in my way, I'm not listening to God. And for me to be a philosopher and a leader, whatever other language, I have to listen to God. So before God, what I will do is start off as a samurai and say, I'm sorry for hurting you as a Jewish person. I'm sorry for the way that made you feel. And I'm sorry for the entire population of a race that I feel is actually my brothers, because I classify and feel that I'm also connected with Christ in that way, that my people came from Africa and that way. And I can't say it's this exact teaching or that exact teaching, but I feel that there's an important, the sons of Abraham, however we want to word it, right? For us to come together and bring our different talents together to serve God collectively. And he, as much of an alien as I am, he did not call for me to alienate.
And do I think that the apology is going to help anything? I honestly don't. I feel like we're in too deep. He tried to catch it before it was too late, but I think it's too late. I think it was been time for Kanye to be canceled a long time ago. You know, he's saying he's not his money. You know, his money's not him. And I get that. I get the logic behind it. But I still think that you burned a lot of bridges, Kanye. Regardless of the fact of any point you were trying to make or anything that you were trying to do, in my personal opinion, you burned bridges.
Not only that, I'm legit not fucking with Kanye until he apologizes to George Floyd's family, because there was no reason why, on top of the anti-Semitic comments, you decided to make racist remarks and about George Floyd's killing. Like, that was really crazy.
I don't think there is any type of coming back for Kanye because he doesn't really put out any music like that. You know, if he did music more, then it probably wouldn't matter because all you got to do is put out music and, you know, you can eventually get that stuff back. But who knows? I mean, when it comes to this industry thing, it's all about who you know and who knows you. He can come back, but you all know about the Me Too movement, okay? You all know that once one company does it, all the companies are going to do it because they don't want any backlash, you know, from the Jewish community. So I don't really think they're going to take Kanye back like an old ex-girlfriend, but I guess we're just going to have to see. I am not saying Kanye's wrong, and I'm damn sure not saying Kanye is right. But one thing I'm noticing about Kanye, he does nothing for no reason. But it's like the pieces come together as he goes on about his shenanigans. Very distasteful to a different group of people who had nothing to do with anything he was actually trying to say. Okay, even Kim spoke out about the anti-Semitic comments. Once your ex-wife speaks out about you, the one who has the most influence when it comes to that, but I really don't know. I see Yeezys in a fucking Target. Okay, I see Yeezys in a fucking Walmart somewhere. Because one thing's for sure, and two things for certain, Kanye thought he was going to get away with saying stuff about this group because he always gets away with talking about the black community, and we never are strong enough to hold this man accountable, unfortunately. And then you're going to try to spin the block and say that black people are Jews once you see that the Jews are reacting to what you're talking about. Not only are they reacting, but they're putting their fucking foot on Kanye's whole ass neck. Like, they are not playing. They said the black community didn't make a fucking example out of you. We're definitely going to. Okay, period. Right now, Kanye is exactly where he deserves to be. Y'all know exactly what I mean. There's that one person in your family who everyone calls crazy just because their thoughts are a little different from everyone else's. I don't know. I think it's a struggle for Kanye because he wants the acceptance of the black community. He just doesn't know how to get it. If you wanted outrage, if you wanted to get us any type of way, you should have mentioned Jesus. But I know one thing, Kanye, you better play with your motherfucking self, all right? Because playing with Jews and playing with Jesus is going to get you canceled. And it looks like you're already down that yellow brick road. But thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications so you don't miss a video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Brah!